GM, this is Blue Eye Queen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Saturday, February 22nd, and I am so thrilled that I have a very special guest today, a woman that I've known for many years. She's actually been a part of my career for as long as I can remember, and she's a unique woman because we found each other through a platform online called Upwork. She's an international guest. I can't wait to dive into what her culture is about, what she does with social media, and all of the amazing things that makes her unique. And before we get started, we're going to let the chat warm up for about 2 minutes while all of the streams kick in. And then we're going to do some introductions and get started on this amazing panel. So without further ado, let's say hello and GM to everyone that's tuning in. We've got friends over on Twitter and Abstract, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, you name it. They're all here. They're all ready to go. It's such a blessing to have friends come each and every single day. We wouldn't be here without you. This podcast has been going now for a few weeks, and we're growing substantially. We have different panelists that have been coming on talking about crypto, gaming, education, wellness, yoga. It's been such a cool thing to see all of the unique voices and empower each other. So how these streams normally work is that I will take the content and then I will blast it out to these different platforms. And afterwards, we will have a program add subtitles to the content, and then we'll place that on a blog post where I am hosting all of this information, which is called the Ape Goddess. So I'll pull that up quickly for everyone to follow along on where to find this information. So if you log over to theapegoddess.com and you select podcast at the top, you'll see all of the podcast panelists that have been here on the conferences with us, and you can re-watch their episodes and learn more about who they are and what they are as persons. And the reason why I feel that subtitles are important is because we have many access users that tune into the stream. They have sign language or hearing deficiencies, or even individuals that are international. So with the subtitle program, which is in the works, I'm using different demonstrations, we'll be able to be more versatile for individuals across the world, as well as accessibility users like myself, to be able to have a platform where they can go and have engagement. They can be there in real time. There's a channel for them. And with the world being so close with data and information passing, this allows everyone to have an inclusive environment. So I'd like to be able to share a little video about myself before we jump into this incredible panel with Rizwana. I can't tell you how excited I am to get this one-on-one time with her. She's been a best friend, a sister, and working for me for so long that it's just so beautiful to be able to give her this stage and show her how valuable she is to me and the rest of the world and the community, so that you can see her true self as well. So let's pull up this content real quick, and we'll take a few minutes for the chat to warm up. For those that are just jumping in, feel free to say GM. If you have any questions as we're going, drop them in the comment box. GM, this is Blue Eye Queen, yours truly, your favorite and your one and only. I'm an abstract artist, a painter, a dreamer. I'm a creative. There's always something going on in my world. You'll never see me without a paintbrush or something in my hands to sparkle it all up. I work with some of the most amazing people in this business, in this industry, and I pride and I thrive on being the best version that I possibly can be each day, because I'm an artist and I pull up and I do all the things that I need to do just to get into the door with my limitations, and I never stop. Art is a whole different form of hustle, You have to be vulnerable in your skin to outweigh and outlie the rest. There's so much toxicity that gets enticing, and there's a kill to the desire of wanting to touch that. But when you're authentic and when you are yourself and you're not afraid of what people see in you, that is when the doors open, when the floodgates start and all of the right people are presented in your path. You just have to pull up. I'm always giving my energy to the full capacity, but yet I don't know what this unknown is going to be. So I just do it because I'm passionate about it and it's fun and it's exciting. And I have a support system. I have my family, my fiance, my community, my friends, and my little coconut. And all of those things are what matter. When you know that you're on the right path and no one can stop you and art is subjective and everyone's going to have an opinion, that is the best way to live life, is to live life with intention and passion and positive influence. There's just so much to be grateful for. Even when you feel like you're in the hardest of the days, you have to remember there are other people that are struggling worse than you. And you need to start opening your mind to being appreciative of all the things that you've had and what you had to sacrifice to get yourself here. I'm consistently facing barriers of doors, of ramps, of parkings, but I still pull up because I love life and I love what I do, and I'm Blue Eye Queen, yours truly. Yay! Caught me in mid-sip there. Amazing. How did we feel about that? So happy to see all the chatter going on already, and different folks are asking me, why am I wearing this look right now? And we'll get to that in a minute. It's, beautiful to be able to embrace unique cultures and languages. And without further ado, I'm going to bring up our special guest today, introducing Rizwana. How you doing over there, Rizwana?
Hello, how are you, Melly? Thank you
Hey,
for having me. I'm truly excited to be here and share my journey with you.
you're looking amazing. I love the scarf. Did you make that yourself?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, it looks so beautiful, and I'm just excited to share your story some more. Everyone is already coming in with comments. We have live viewers on each of the streams, and they're just so amazed with every time we do these, they just keep getting more bigger and bigger. And so, yes, thank you for your time today. And before we get started, I'd like for you to do what's called an elevator pitch about who you are and where you're from and what you do.
Okay, let me introduce myself. Okay, hello everyone. I'm Rizwana Iqbal, and I'm a content creator and social media strategist with a passion of creating content which is not only engaging but also inspiring. And I'm from Pakistan, but my work allows me to be connected with audiences and brands across the world.
I love it. What an intro. And that is absolutely true. When you and I found our journey, it was through an online platform. And
Yeah.
you've been working alongside with me together. Is it 8 years now or 7 years? Something like this.
I think I can count, but since 2015, we are working together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
time's
it's a
just,
long connection.
yeah, almost a decade. And that just shows the power of the internet, the power of
Yeah.
faith. I feel that faith brought us together, and
Mm,
we'll dive into some of the things that you do and what we do together. And then for anyone that's tuning in, I see that there's some comments already coming in and some questions. Rizwana and I are going to go through panel questions, and then we'll take the questions from the audience. So thank you, everyone,
yeah.
that's joining us today. And so let's first dive into our question one, which is we're going to focus on this podcast to be about women in business, women in tech, cultural and language women. So anyone that's wondering if this is a subject driven, some of the things that we might pull out, feel free to add to it. So, Rizzy, what does empowerment mean to you, and how do you express it personally and professionally in your life?
Empowerment is something, and especially when I talk about women empowerment, that is something I learned from my own home as the greatest inspiration is my elder sister Rizwana. She was always behind me whenever I need encouragement, motivation, or a push to move forward. So she keeps me going high. So for me, women empowerment is something breaking the barriers and owning our own whys and uplifting others as we rise. So it's not about a personal success, but I think it's about creating a ripple effect where other women can also thrive, lead, and inspire.
I think that's an amazing response to that because women
Yeah,
need to rely on each other so that we can build a network and a community. And there are
right.
stigmas in business with ladies, and it's always nice to have a breath of fresh air when you see
Mhm.
an independent woman who's an entrepreneur, who's a businesswoman,
Mhm.
who can handle and combat all these different things. And there is no difference between me or you or someone that's in my country or someone that's in your country, vice versa. And I love that you shared the story about your sister as well, because that just shows that you lean on each other, you have a support system, you're empowering each other. Are there
Yeah.
women in your life that empower you and also give you that same mode of confidence?
Yeah, and especially if I talk about the women empowerment in my professional life, I mentor and collaborate with other women to share knowledge and to share opportunities to help them grow because that matters a lot. If as a woman, I can help to other women.
That's amazing because it is everything that you give out is what you give back, and I feel that that just shows that you're such a genuine person, Rizwana.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that. And kicking into your inspirations and what makes you tick as a person. So who or what has inspired you the most on this journey? Because you were just working as an entrepreneur,
Mhm.
then you created your own business and website with another woman named Gaga. So who or what has inspired you the most on your journey, and how has that shaped the person that you are today?
To be very honest, my greatest inspiration is you, Melissa. Because someone who is, despite having a physical disability, continues to grow and pushing on boundaries every day. So your resilience and determination keeps my mindset that if you can do it, why not me? So you are my inspiration, to be very honest,
you
because
just hit me with a
your
curveball.
journey has taught me that limitations are only as strong as we allow them to be. No challenge is too big if we approach it with the right mindset, dedication, and passion. So growth is limitless, and that has my biggest motivation.
Yes, exactly. You are your only limit. You can go as big as you want if you put your
Yeah.
mind to. Well, I don't. You have me now in a. Oh, that is so sweet.
No, that's really because I have never seen anyone going so high with such a disability, but you are my inspiration because I know you are working really hard and what kind of challenges you are facing every day. So if you are going high, then we should follow your way.
Well, that means a lot to hear from you, Rizwana, because a lot of my day is freed up because I have you in my corner. So Rizwana, actually, to take a step back, she assists me with social media, content marketing, and she schedules my
Yeah.
content for me. You wouldn't believe it, 8 to 10 posts a day. Rizwana is churning things in the background. And because of her energy and her commitment, I'm able to free up my day so that I can face these challenges with my physical disability. So we're a yin to a yang. And I'm
Your trust in my abilities are actually reminds me to trust in myself. So thank you to you for trusting me or my abilities. That really matters for me.
Yeah, because I see a lot of potential in you, and I know that you like that work ethic. So we do find we found our secret sauce after a decade, didn't we? We found our way
Mm-hmm.
of we communicate
True.
through WhatsApp, social media, and we always try to find a way. Even though there's a time difference, I still
Mm-hmm.
feel like you and I have been so connected,
Yeah.
regardless that we haven't physically been able to do our work together. You, your family, your community, you're very spiritually connected to me, and I want you to
Yeah.
be my friend and my soul sister for eternity. Okay, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Always.
Always. Well, thank you so much, Rizwana. That is a delightful thing to say. And uh, well, so talking about challenges and persevering through those, what's
Mm-hmm.
what's a major challenge that you face in your career, or you can describe both your career and your personal life, and how did you navigate through it?
I think nothing could be more challenging than proving my value in a competitive digital space because as a content creator and social media strategist, standing out in an industry which evolves rapidly, that is overwhelming. And early on, I struggled a lot, wondering if I'm doing enough or my work is impactful or if I could truly make a difference. But I navigated through all this by shifting my mindset. Instead of focusing on external validation, I started focusing on results. So I invested in continuous learning because that was the only way to grow and succeed.
And oh, excuse me. Sorry, I didn't mean to pause there. There's comments coming in right now. People are saying that they love
Mhm.
your spirit, they love your energy, they think that you're amazing. The two of us
Thank
together. They say the duo that we never knew we needed. So that's so cute. Thank you, everybody. And I appreciate all the GMs and the good mornings. And just to take a step back, folks are asking about where you're
you.
and why we're wearing these coverings. And are you comfortable if we share what this entails? Because there's a lot of listeners that are not sure why we're covering our masks or our faces.
Okay. Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Okay, I don't really know how to describe it, and I don't want to describe it wrong. Could you help me? um,
Okay.
so the question is, why are we wearing masks? Okay, and do I? Is it just a
It's
religious?
just culture. You can say that. I don't want to show my face to everyone in the world. So it's just particular, like Melissa knows when we are into the one-on-one meeting, we are without the mask. But now, as we know that we are live, so everyone is seeing us. So that's why I'm just covering my face.
Okay. Is it a specific religious in is it a specific culture in Pakistan that women commonly do
The
this?
both, the cultural and religious, it, for both aspects.
That's what they were asking is it something that is you have to do or is
Mm-hmm.
it desire to do it? So thank you for being vulnerable to share that with us. And anyone,
Mm-hmm.
we see you in the chat. Let us know what you think. We see everyone saying hello in GM and they're sharing where they're from.
Hello,
We
hello.
Hello everyone. We're so happy to have you. This
Thank
is
you.
super cool and we're going to bring you up again for next month for
Okay,
International Day.
sure. I would
So
love to join you.
that would be so cool. We'll have a big panel and can't wait to share that out.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, to keep things into motion, we I'd like to kind of get the emotional part of who you are and how you keep driving yourself. So we all have these moments of self-doubt or the unknown or what's going to happen. How do you push through some of those moments and keep moving forward?
Okay. I think self doubt is something we all face, especially in creative industries where the trends change rapidly or the pressure of being relevant is high. But I have just learned that doubt is not a stopping sign, it's just a moment to test us if we believe in myself or not. So early on, I think, and the strategy for overcoming the self doubt is by surrounding ourselves with the right people or mentors who uplift and inspire us because their belief in our work is just remind me to believe on my abilities.
Yeah, absolutely. And you are who you surround yourself with. That is an amazing quote.
Hmm.
Your vibe is your tribe. And do you have a co-working space or a business group that you network with, or who are your people in where you are from? Do you
I
have
have
some?
created my own team actually.
Yeah.
And to be very honest, in my team, I would love to only have the females because as we talk about the women empowerment, so I would love to have only females in my team rather than man because we feel comfortable with them. And the working capacity, if we talk about, I found the females are more uh, excited to join and to exceed in every field.
I love that too. That energy, the lady vibes, the lady bosses is what Rizwana and I calls our we call ourselves. I
Yeah,
remember Rizwana sent me a photo on her birthday, and she had a birthday cake and it had social media icons on it, and I believe it
yeah,
said
yeah,
happy
yeah,
birthday lady boss, and that was Rizwana's cake, and it was just so awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
I, I, it's amazing. Like you remember that
I know my memory is.
because it's a long time ago when we shared that cake. Yeah,
Yeah, you're just a memorable spirit, Rizwana. You are have
yeah.
always been in my corner, and I know I've always been in your corner, and we've both grown together. There was a time where I wasn't able to hire you because there was the COVID happening, and we
Mm-hmm,
still got back together afterwards when things were back to what, there is no such word as normal, but when things
mm-hmm,
were more stable, now we're doing the thing again, and it just shows
mm-hmm,
that the right people, like you said, will be working collaboratively or even just empowering as a friend. So thank you for sharing that. And so what is one piece of advice that you could give your younger self or to other women that are starting their journey?
Okay, if I could give a piece of advice to my younger self or other woman who's just going to start their journey, it could be you are more capable than you think. So stop waiting for the perfect moment or someone to validate your worth. Just trust yourself, take up space, and go after what you want.
You should be a motivational speaker. You'd be great at that.
Thank you.
Yeah, you would be so good. It's everything that you have shared is just it's on point. You can tell that
Mhm,
you are very intellectual. You know your stuff. You're independent, you're strong, and that just shines through the screen,
oh,
Rizwana.
thank you.
hmm Can you share with us a strategy or some habit that you've used to help grow and succeed with your business? But could you also, before you jump into that strategy, can you tell everyone that's listening in about your business, social media grows, and what that entails, and then we can talk strategy.
Okay, in my, you mean I have to describe what skills I have?
Yeah,
Okay,
sure. And what and
my main skill, as I have already mentioned, like I am a content creator, a digital content creator. So basically, I am providing this services via Fiverr in Upwork. So anyone who is having a difficulty for a good content, so you can contact me. Whether it's a graphic or it's a video content, I provide it in a variety. So because I have my own team as well for that, video editors and graphics, everyone, I am just expanding it day by day. So let's go to the question of you.
Absolutely.
Like as you asked me the game changing strategy, I think it's the most game changing strategy that has helped me to grow and succeed is the power of consistency and refining my skills, because learning is very important as we grow day by day. But I have learned that growth is only happens when we start doing before feeling ready, because confidence does not come first, action does. So every step we take, every challenge we face, that builds the confidence we are looking for. And success is not a luck.
Yes, it's I love that you're so versatile. You're naming all these platforms that you're on. You're not just on one place. You're on
Mm,
Fiverr. You're on Upwork. You're the definition of a hustler.
yeah.
So that's
We
awesome.
all are hustlers.
Yes, we're all hustling. I love that. You because it's important to be spread out for individuals to find your services. And
Mm,
I've recommended many friends of mine, clients of mine, to work with Rizwana. She's actually worked with a techno label. I can't remember
yeah.
if it was in Berlin. She's also worked with clients of mine that were in Bali. I'm trying to think of all the different people that have been in the circle. But Rizwana is so eclectic that she doesn't have to just focus on one area or demographic. She's international. Her skills can be found everywhere. She likes to be
Thank
tapped
you.
in,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, you like to be everywhere and you like to be,
Yeah.
and you like language, you like culture. I can tell, you're working with a crazy American girl and, you've got this portfolio of unique audiences and it's all because your skills are so sharp and you want to always learn. You're not just stopping at one spot, you're tailoring it, you're growing and you're developing. So, kudos to you because not everybody can do that and that is a gift. So, you have been blessed and that's amazing. Let's chat about work-life balance and some of the things that you're doing so that you can balance all of the things that you have going. So, how do you maintain your ambitions? Because you have so many, you're so passionate. Your relationships, whether that's your family or other, and your self care. How do you find time to do all those things?
Balance to me is not about doing everything perfectly, but I think it's about knowing truly what matters a lot and making a space for it. I maintain balance by prioritizing, setting boundaries, or being present in the moment. So when I'm working, I give it to my all. But if I'm with my loved ones, I disconnect with my work to fully engage. But if I need a rest, then I honor that without a guilt, because health is not a luxury, it's a necessity. So I believe if we lose our health during the process, that is not success.
No, chasing after something that is breaking you down is
Yeah,
doing
the self care is very important. Self
yes.
care is important. Priority is health and then my work. So when we are at a certain target, then we are focused on that.
I like that you and I also have established healthy boundaries where we'll we have a system where we just leave each other notes. We always start with I love that we always start with hi, how's your day going? Always jumping into this personal connection before we start talking about work because I feel like if it's always work, then there isn't an emotional or spiritual connection.
Mm,
And so I love that the two of us, we figured out that secret sauce on
yeah.
this is fun. This doesn't feel like work. What we're doing is and you'll even say to me, I like doing social media more than I like doing web. And so I'm like, all right, let me find more social media work for you and vice versa.
Mhm.
So we have that open communication. And I think that that's
Yeah.
really important for balance. because that shows that you have boundaries with your work, your life, and your friends.
Yeah,
If you have both,
exactly.
you
There
can make
should be
sure.
boundaries. The balance is very important. So we have to prioritize what is important in what time.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Family first, always, and then
Yeah,
everything else, comes afterward. Of course, God. Of
yeah,
course, God first.
exactly.
Allah. Did I say Allah right? Okay. Allah first, and in suits, and then yeah, of course. And so, thank you for that. I think that you have hit it right on the dot with how you can take your different segments and separate them. And so, we got a couple questions coming in from the chat, and so I'll
Okay.
just fire them off. And I'm just, let's do a quick little hello to everyone that's tuning in. Victor 77, Big Lime, Black Cap, Meritic, Kieran, Picasso, Big MC, everybody else that's chatting and saying hello in GM. Hello in
Hello, good morning, everyone.
GM. Good morning. And so we'll take a question from the audience, and this is, what's one way as women we can collectively work towards breaking down barriers in male-dominated spaces? It's a great question.
Mm, I think the one way as women can collectively, like in a male-dominated society, is through mentorship and by unapologetic behavior. That is the way to breaking barriers in the male-dominated society. First, we take up the spaces because women get hold too often for waiting for the permissions or for the right moment to speak up. But the truth is, the only way to create change is by using our voices and proving what we belong. So instead of asking for a seat at the table, we have to pull up our own chair.
Exactly.
That is
Facts.
important.
Facts. And
And
the
second
only
thing we need to uplift other women as well, because that's how we create change and that's how we create a strong network, which is impossible to ignore.
mm-hmm. Yes, you could not have said the words better off of my chest. It is true. If there isn't a space
Mm,
for you, bring your own chair to the table. That is
yeah,
powerful. That is a powerful statement,
yes.
making me feel
We need
determined.
to take up our own space.
That's it. Thank you, Rizwana. Again, you're just blowing my mind with how just immaculate you are with your responses, and just you're really charming and you're inspiring. Um,
Thank you.
you're welcome, dear. And let's go through another question here from the comments, and it says,
Okay.
how do you approach working with other ladies, and why is collaboration over competition so important? It kind of just goes in your last response. You can dabble a little more here if you like.
Mm, I think I approach working with the other women as openness and support and with the mindset because I know as we rise higher, we build the network. So too often when women collaborate, we create the movement, not just the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So women empowerment and the women collaboration is very important, especially in a male-dominated society. If you talk about the collaboration is a game changer. So
Mm-hmm.
women collaboration should be more often.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and
Mm,
and at one point, when we worked together, we had all ladies on our team.
mhm.
We had Jenny from Michigan, Detroit,
Yeah, we
had
have Dava.
from Croatia. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and we had Gabby from Venezuela, Colombia. We
Yeah.
had two other ladies that worked temporarily from Thailand and Jamaica, and
Hmm.
this shows that you don't have to be in the same part of the world to want the same things. Women that are collaborating with each other, it's not to take each other's ideas and go higher. It's for us to go higher together. And so I think
Yeah. Exactly.
You're amazing, and you are a testament to that, and that is really really beautiful. So let's talk about your impact and what you want the world to know about who you are and what your future is. So, what do you hope that people will remember about the work that you're doing today, and then that impact that it's had or it's going to have on the world?
I think I want people to remember that I was not a content creator. I was not only the content creator, but also I create the chain, the sparking conversation, and inspiring others to lift up their own power. Because I want that my journey shows that your circumstances don't define your potential, no matter from where you start or how many obstacles you face. It's just you. You have to do it because you can carve out your path.
I love
And
that. Hmm.
yeah, because at the end of the day, legacy is not about what we achieve, it's about who we inspire. So at the end of the day, if I can inspire one person who can dream bigger and take action and pass their own abilities, then that's the kind of impact I want to have on the world.
Hmm. And you're a trickle effect in everything that you do. Every post that you put and you put it out there, people see it, they respond to it. So your touches are making
Yeah,
it come together.
I'm just trying my hard,
Yep,
but let's
that's
see what will happen.
important.
We always hope for the best.
Try your best, and it will
Yeah.
it comes back to you every time. So we're getting a couple questions in from the chat about who you are as a digital content creator. So one of the our folks, and hi everyone, we have 200 and almost 250 people joining us right now. Hello, GM. It's awesome. It's Saturday. There's, this is a day for all the things. We're happy that you're here with us. So a comment that came in is, Rizwana, as a content creator, a digital content creator, what are some of your favorite platforms that you get to work with, and why do you like those?
As a content creator, my favorite platform is Adobe, and definitely I love to work in Canva
Hmm.
because that is so versatile.
Are you also, can you share with everyone that's tuning in where you're currently on? Are you on Twitter, TikTok, and I can put your handle in really quickly too. I'll pull that up. Do you want to inform
I
everybody?
am on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Mainly these four platforms I use. I also use TikTok, but that is only for fun part.
Yes,
Yeah, and this is my handle everywhere.
everywhere. So
Yeah,
I'm
I,
Rizwan Iqbal right here.
yeah, I have the same handle everywhere.
Amazing. It's good to be consistent. Then it's easier for people.
Yeah, branding is important
Hmm.
because no one has that much time to remember one by one your network change username. So everyone has their own fingertips. Okay, yeah, this is Rizwana.
Yeah, and you and I have experiences before our work when there's a brand that's a big brand and they don't
Yeah,
have the same username on Twitter and Instagram, and it's
yeah,
very confusing because it could be sort of scammy if it's not
mm,
the same. So Rizwana is sharing the alpha here, everyone. If you got an idea for a name, research it, lock it in, because it's easier,
mm,
like she says, to have just one username for all of the platforms versus trying to remember, because it's just
yeah.
hmm
It's
the
easy to remember if we have one username for all the networks.
hmm and that's important for brands and companies, and they don't realize that it's harder for someone that isn't aware of who you are, and then they're second guessing themselves. Is this the right handle? It's not the same as that one. So,
Yeah, exactly.
mhm. Let's chat now more about online feedback and maybe some possible criticism. when you're online and you're posting content out for yourself or for other brands, if you're receiving negative criticism or cyberbullying, how do you separate yourself from that and how do you handle that feedback?
I never, I think I hardly get a negative comment on my work or something, but that's, I handle, we need to just ignore the negative vibes actually from our life because everyone needs the positivity and there is so much tension and everyone is in depression. So if we take up that negative vibe, then it will be difficult to handle. So I think the only way is to ignore those things.
That's yeah, because when people are online, they quickly just jump into their feelings
Yeah.
and their emotions. And if you,
Everyone has their own mindset, so we can change that.
mhm.
So it's only way to ignore them because if we talk to them, they will become aggressive. So that will be much difficult to handle.
You don't want to give people that power over you by rising you and making these comments because maybe that's their way of getting your attention, right? Is to say
Yeah.
something not nice. And kudos to you for not having negative impact. Every now and then, I'll get some a bot or something that writes something that's not appropriate, but I realize that, like you said, you can't change the people around you, but you can just step yourself back and just say, I'm not going to engage with this because that's my energy and I want to protect my
Mhm.
energy and my brand. So you're doing that strategy is amazing. And there's a lot of
Exactly.
friends in here that are, the comments are coming in saying, this is a high quality stream. And others are saying that they're excited that they're able to have this time with you. So really cool to hear some of that feedback in the chat. Thank you, everybody. And we'll take a couple more questions. We have 15 minutes of our panel left, and we'd like to be able to use that time to shine Rizwana. Um, can you share with us one of your favorite projects that you've worked on and what you did for that project?
Recently, I take up an project which is I want to talk about because that is something different I never did before. It's about focusing on repurposing the content in a fresh and innovative ways. It's about like taking existing footage and transforming it into high engagement pieces. So I'm working on it. It's doctor of psychology. So it's a different thing I started working on from last few months, and that's really exciting, and I enjoy that because
That,
that is something new in my skills I added up as a video editor.
oh, that is so cool. And I do recall a project that you worked on through a client of mine, and I want to share with everyone this. You know, her again her skills when she mentions repurposing and content. You know, Rizwana is very versatile. She mentions a psychologist, a client that I referred her to um, focused on boat shows and high end luxury boats. And Rizwana, with very minimal detail, was able to create an entire content plan for this person, get the content online for them, respond to the comments, engage, and grow their brand. So it shows that it's not just a specific industry that you have to focus on when you're a content creator. You can put yourself into any industry. So one of the comments that has come in for a question is, how do you pick and choose the industries that you want to work in, or do they come to you and you make a decision?
Different brands come to me, and then I have to take the decision if I want to work with them or not because it's just according to our mindset if we are ready to take up the project or not, or maybe if I'm fully booked, then definitely I just refuse because I don't want to waste anyone time and money. So it depends if I have time And if I have interest in that field, then I take up the project.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
that's good that you are diligent on your schedule and you
Yeah.
don't say yes to everything. You say yes to things that motivate you.
Yeah.
I love that. So we're gonna shift gears to see what your to chat more about what your impact is and what your vision is going to be for the future. Do you have a 5 year goal or something that you're working towards that you see yourself and your team achieving?
I want to create my mini versions, and that's what I'm working on.
Can,
So
can you share a little more? It cut out a second when you said projects. You said more projects or specific projects?
I'm specifically working on the content creation. So I want to focus on that. But in the future, I want to target some big brands. So I can mention on my portfolio, and I'm giving training to some other people so they can work with me like I do, so we can build up a stronger team. That's my target.
Awesome. It's important to have goals because goals are a staircase for you to achieve them. And
Yeah.
let's all help Rizwana achieve her goals. For those of you that are tuning in, give her a like, a love, a follow. It is so awesome to have her today. Give her that support that she deserves. She is a one woman show and she's absolutely amazing. And some folks are asking, you're so established and you're so professional. Is there some advice that you can give a content creator that might be getting started? Where should they go? How should they get started?
Trust in their own abilities. That is the only way. Because if we are looking for others, or the most important thing is one time focus on one thing. If we are just getting started with multiple things, we get lost. So start focusing on one thing and just keep going it. Because if we stop, the consistency matters a lot. So trust in yourself and go for it.
That's awesome. That's beautiful. You just have to start, right? 99% of it is showing up. So if you just give it a chance, there's going to be setbacks, there's going to be some challenges. You and I have seen those together with our governments that we've worked with and different clients that we've had to kind of take things back, put the pieces back together. It's maybe it's not going to be successful on the first time, but like you said, just keep trying. Eventually that right path is going to be there for you. You just have to accept that that's what your journey is. um,
Hmm.
so if we're to talk about some of the technology changes that are happening for business, how do you think AI is going to play into the world of digital content creator? Because AI essentially can create content and schedule for you. Do you feel that it's going to be a helpful model, or what do you see AI doing long term for business?
AI is future, and to be very honest, recently I started AI user tools, and I just got wonder that I have created a awesome project. Recently, I take up a project and I work for that client via AI tool, and she was just super excited to have that result. She said, "Oh my God, you just did amazing." So without any effort, like we are showing other clients. So that is amazing. I love the AI tools.
hmm Are there any specific ones that you love the most? I like ChatGPT and a couple other on my phone. Do you have any
Mhm.
tools that you want to share with those that are listening in?
I have used some video, actually image to video conversion tools for the clients. So that is really interesting because I have started creating stories for kids. So that's a helpful tool. So I don't want to mention the name here because I have a long list of those. So but it's a good start. If anyone want to go into the AI and starting their YouTube channels, they can use the AI tools, and it will be amazing.
You heard the alpha here first. Rizwana has a huge toolkit of AI.
Yeah,
You want to tap into that? Reach out to her. Check for her services. Hire this woman. She knows the flow. She has this
yeah,
sauce to save time, graphics,
yeah.
scheduling, efficiency. This is just the gears that work for her, and it's the technology that's changing, and we're adapting to it. So it's really cool to see and to know that you're on the cusp of it, and for anything that you're working on, you like to be able to incorporate some type of automation. So that's really cool. Let's chat. Let's go further into. Let's dive more into community and culture impact. Can you tell us a bit about what are some of the misconceptions that people may have about Pakistani women in business? Because, here in the States, we don't see a lot of culture, like just only in certain parts of the States you'll see more of it. But what are some of those misconceptions that people might have, and how can we bridge that awareness to have more Pakistani women present and forefront in business?
As I mentioned before, like everyone has their own mindset, and we can't change that. So about Pakistan, or if we talk about any other country, different people have different thoughts. So about Pakistan, mostly people link the terrorism, which is absolutely false, because people in Pakistan are so loving and caring, and we welcome other countries in our Pakistan more heartedly with open heart. But unfortunately, I saw in other countries the people, other persons, when talk about Pakistan, they talk negative, and that really hurts actually.
I hear so many wonderful things about Pakistan, not just through you, Rizwana, but when I'm doing my scroll or something and I see how happy everyone is outside, they're in business, they're doing different things. It just feels like a whole vibe. I want to visit you so bad. I want to get myself over there and really dive into what your day to day is like, because you have created this powerhouse of a business, but you face many things as a country. There
Yeah,
can power outages or different things that affect you because of the way that the systems work, but you're resilient, and that doesn't stop you from getting up and doing the thing. And when you mention that you can't change people's opinions, no, you can't. You just have to kind of work and navigate around them. And I find that that's a very powerful trait to who you are as a person and a spirit.
yeah, because I'm always excited to take the challenge, and now I take challenges as opportunities, and I just go in the flow.
Yes, that's awesome. And we'll take a few more questions here, everyone. It's been so cool to get this personal touch with Rizwana, Rizzy, and one of the things that has come in is, what does your family think about all of the unique clients that you have around the world? What do they share about your success?
You're having the question.
Oh, this is from the chat. So I'm sorry about that. We've gone through our panel questions, so now we're taking chat questions. So I'll reiterate. One of our friends in the chat room is saying, how does your family feel about all of the success that you have and your unique clients that are around the world?
It's just amazing. I think everyone, when have a feedback from the clients, it just feel hard, and I'm always excited to have a great feedback. So it always feel good.
That is awesome. I remember you would always share with me pictures of your family and the dresses
Yeah.
that you made with the family and birthday parties. So I always felt like I was a part of your family.
Yeah. Melissa, you are the only one in the digital media world with whom I share everything because maybe I feel comfortable with you. It's a deep connection between us. So I never shared anything with anyone except you.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, I feel like I'm a part of the family. I'm at the
Yeah,
cookout. Because I see the birthday cakes and I see the
yeah.
photos and I'm like, this is awesome. I'm here because I
My
want to
family
be here.
always asks about you. How's she now? What is she doing now? And what are you doing together? So you are always in the gossips.
Awesome. Hey. Thank you, Rizzy. And it's mutual.
So
I trust you with.
you're a family member for us.
Mhm. Besides work, what do you do outside of the office that you love, that's fun for you?
Oh, as a hobby?
Yeah, what are some of the hobbies
Recently,
that
I started gardening, and that's what I really enjoyed. And if I talk about some artwork, I started working with the resin art, and that is so fascinating, and I just love to do that. I will
Mhm.
show you sometime the pieces I created with the resin art. So I hope you like that.
Oh, it's that's a nice way to kind of mentally depress when you use your hands
Art
and
is something we mentally relaxed.
yeah.
So I like to do art.
That's beautiful. We'd love to see some of those pieces and then we can incorporate it into
I will share you sometime, definitely.
awesome. Very good. Oh, it's going by so fast. We're almost at that hour mark. The chat has been making noise. They say that this has been exciting to dive into who you are as a person and that you're blowing everybody's mind. So thank you all. We'll do a couple GMs here. Victor, Big Lime, other folks, Black Cap, Big MC, Hammer. There's a few that I can't pronounce, but the wallet address ends in 2864. Hello, all of y'all. They've been here since the beginning. We have almost 300 folks tuning in, so that's tremendous. It's not about the numbers, it's about the value. It's about having a place and a platform for people to be here and to be present with each other. And so, thank you for Rizwana's time and giving us this opportunity to divulge into who you are as a person. And so we'll take one more question and then we'll have final thoughts from Rizwana. So let me pull up a question from the chat and see what we have. This is a good one. What is a social cause or an initiative that you're passionate about? Is there any nonprofits that you like to work with and why? A nonprofit is like a social cause. So an example could be um, like a plastic project or an energy project or something that's recycling or helping the planet or people.
A non-profit project. Definitely. I would love to take that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. And is there a specific cause that you are passionate about that you want to change?
I think maybe you remember we started working with Plastics for Change, the Andrew,
Yes.
and that was a non-profit business, and I worked with them, and I just loved their theme of working. So I would love to work that kind of businesses.
And Plastics for Change.
Yeah, they recycle the plastics actually.
Yep. Hmm.
I hope you remember because you introduced me with that person.
Yep. And, and bless
Sorry. Yeah.
Andrew from Canada. He recently
Yeah.
got married, so congratulations,
Right.
Andrew. And he's still over there. He's
I'm
so
sorry.
no, that's okay. Take a minute. I can kind of reiterate the cause as well to echo the importance of this. So Andrew and I met in Indonesia at a co-working space, and we tag teamed about doing marketing and awareness on his nonprofit, which is called Plastics for Change. So it's
Yeah.
collecting plastic from the country, taking it to these recycling places, having them return it for, I'm not sure if it was for monies or for credits or etc. And that incentivized for cleaning up the ocean, cleaning up India. It's a beautiful project. He's still working on it, and he speaks all over the conferences. So God bless your heart for working and rising with those persons, because that is going to change the way that the world moves. And before we close up today's podcast, it's been so lovely to have Rizwana here. We're going to invite her back for International Women's Day. Do you want to share any closing thoughts about today's podcast, Rizwana, who you are, or some ways that folks can get a hold of you, or last piece of advice for anyone that's tuning in to give them a good closing?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for everyone for saying hello to me. And before closing this show, I just want to say that women should do what they want, because in a male dominated society, everyone is just emphasizing the male work. So I think as a woman, we should encourage and we step up everything for as a woman to other women as much as we can, because women need sport. So do as much as you can. So that is the only message I want to convey to everyone in the world. Thank
Amen.
you.
That's a beautiful message. Just rise
Thank
up
you.
and be yourself, and the right to be your authentic self. And for those of you that haven't followed her yet, I am Rizwana Iqbal. She is here. She's in the present. She's been my companion, my lady boss for a decade. She's got this brilliant mind. I recommend her. I endorse her. She'll make herself available for you if she's excited and passionate about the project. I know she puts all of her energy into all the projects. I can name 10 people off the top of my head that I've recommended to her that she's worked with, and they think she's brilliant. So appreciate having you today. We're gonna
Thank
wrap.
you.
Yeah, it's been awesome, Rizzy, and I I can't I'm gonna look like I'm gonna wear this all day. And when people are asking me what I'm up to, I'm gonna say
Yeah.
watch this
I think so.
podcast.
We always training. Me and Melly always do the training, so that's why we are doing the same things.
We do the twinning. I love it. I'm gonna type it in the comments. Twinning.
Yeah.
Well, happy Saturday, Rizwana. Thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. Remember to go to the blog at the end of this show so that you can watch the recap. And happy Saturday, everybody. Thank you. Ciao,
Hello. Bye bye.
ciao.
And thank you for
Bye.
being so welcoming.
Thank you.